on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Tonight we're in the shop and we're working on the go-kart. Check it out. If you're new to the channel, this is my 1997 Jeep Wrangler that I took the tub off, put a cage on, took some Razor side-by-side seats mounted in, put a cage around them, put all my steering column back, and basically I'm just going to try to make a super cheap, easy, simple, lightweight rock crawler go-kart TJ thing. In the last video, I believe I put in this bar right here and this bar right here. And since then, what I have done is obviously I have put these tubes on this side. I've just got them tack welded right now. I've got to come back and fully weld everything. And something else that I did was I started messing around with this wiring. And these TJs have a crap ton of wiring. So I threw the wiring harness, just trying to make sure I'd have enough room for the computer and everything underneath the dash. And while I was doing that, I went ahead and just built this battery box. I think that's where this battery is going to live. I'm going to have it covered up. And I wanted it near the computer and everything like that. I didn't want to have to run wires all the way down. And I just wanted it to be right here because obviously I have to cover up everything on this side. And I feel like it would be a pretty good spot to put it right here. So I think that's where it's going to live for right now. And let's see, what else did I do? I think that's everything that I've done. I did put some reinforcement bars on that steering brace. I just tack welded some square tubing right there just to hold everything on. And that's just really going to make sure that whenever I'm bouncing up and down on the trails and stuff, it doesn't break and decide to fall off and then I can't steer. So definitely want to make sure that doesn't happen. This thing may look goofy and it may be goofy, but I think it looks really cool. So I've got some parts ordered that are coming in hopefully tomorrow. But I want to go ahead and get this video started because I want to work on something that's kind of been worrying me this weekend. So I've been trying to figure out where I want to run the shifter. And I probably should have figured it out before I put all these stupid wires in here. Get out of the way. But I want to put the shifter somewhere along the lines of right here. And I don't want to mount it to the transfer case and the transmission because I could easily make some brackets off of those. But if a motor mount goes out and I'm on the trail or this thing just has a crap ton of torque, you know, this could possibly be moving and I don't want that. So I think I'm going to try to figure out a brace that I can run from this corner, from this frame rail all the way up to the shifter and then back to the other side. And I think I'm going to use, and I think that's going to have like dual purposes for me because I can use that piece of metal that I use right here and right here. I can use that for the floor to mount to. So that way I have something to actually mount a floor or bolt a floor down to. So I went and bought some of this super lightweight tubing. This stuff is really light and it's really strong. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to basically just, you know, put it right here and then build it up and then kind of make, you know, two cross members that go across right here. And then that'll kind of raise the floor a little bit and give me some clearance for the drive shaft right there. So, and I think I'm gonna put the brace going right across the drive shaft. That way if the drive shaft does break, it'll hit that brace before it hits my ankles. right, so it is not beautiful to look at, but it is definitely going to be functional. So I just took that square tubing and just made a little cross member that runs across, and now this lands right on top of it. And this is not, so I'm going to end up coming back and just covering all this up, making it look nice, but there's going to be signs and stuff over it, so you won't be able to see it. But now I've just got to make one for the front. I'm just going to do the exact same thing, and then we'll try to bolt everything together. As you can see right here, I've got the 2 bars just going straight across on each side. But now I need to take my shifter and put it right here. So I had to move them just a little bit, just to give myself some more room for these wires. I didn't want to relocate those wires, and just slide them on right there. So I had thought about making a crossbar that goes between these two. I may end up putting one down here, but I feel like once this is bolted together, that's gonna be pretty much the brace that these 2 bars need. So I don't know. Like I said, I may come back and put a bar down here at the bottom, but I think for right now, this will be just fine. All right, so it is a new night in the shop, and I'm gonna continue working on the go-kart here. And we did have some parts come in. So I had thought about putting the gas tank, the factory gas tank right here, kind of like what Matt did, kind of like what Matt and Josh did with theirs, but I kind of wanted to give myself a little bit more room because I knew I was gonna be going to this fuel cell either way. So I went ahead and just got the Moto-Built fuel cell. Check that out. Yeah, doesn't that look good? So we're gonna be putting the fuel cell in, and I've got the mounts. I've got the mounts and everything right there. So it's got those super sick dimple dies, and then I went ahead and just got a new fuel pump. The first thing I have to work on is exactly where I'm going to be putting this gas tank. Do you mind? I've got a lot of options of where I could put it, but I think I'm gonna put it mainly on this cross member right here in the back. Let me get all this crap out of the way and kind of show you what I'm talking about. So this is the cross member I'm talking about, and it may just appear to be rusty. It is pretty rusty, but I think it's gonna be strong enough to support a gas tank. And if it's not, then it's going to be the person behind me's problem. Luckily, Moto-Built sends a whole bracket right here that is pretty much a whole mount. Like, technically, I could just weld this to that and call it a day. Oh, yeah. So this right here is everything that comes with my kit. It came with the gas cap, the gasket, and the plate. And then I also ordered the TJ fuel pump ring, so that way we can adapt the TJ fuel pump and clamp it down the way it should be. So before I put this mount on here, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna hit it with some weldable spray paint, and I've just got it marked where I'm gonna be doing my welding. And you might say, wait, you're not just gonna weld that mount to that chassis, are you? No, I ain't gonna do all that. Dude, this looks 1,000 times better. So I also painted the bottom side of this mount here, and it's pretty shiny paint, look. See the camera? That's crazy. So I'm just gonna put this down right here, about right there. And now I've got to just pull measurements and get this thing centered up, and then we're gonna tack weld it on. So I've got this squared up and I got it where I want it. And now I've just got some 1/4-inch pieces of metal that I'm just gonna come in here and just start bracing this thing up and just welding it to this cross member. So I have this all welded down. Holy crap. I could probably pull somebody out from these tabs right here. So I've got it welded on the bottoms and I've got it welded right here. I've made little tabs so it's welded all the way around. And I really think this metal on the Jeep is gonna fail before the welds or this does. So I'm gonna say we're good. So now I'm gonna pop this gas tank on here. Okay, so I'm just going to do a test fit. Hopefully this is the right one. So this ring right here, it actually goes on the inside of the tank. So I'm going to take this back out. It's got a cut in it, so that way you can kind of slide it in like this. See, like that? Isn't that cool? So what I have... And I'm probably going to need your help whenever you get done making all that noise. All right, so anytime that I do anything with fuel cells, I realize that this is going to be a open cab vehicle, but still what I like to do is just use some gasket maker, make sure it's fuel resistant, just right there. And what that is going to help do, like when I pressure wash this thing and when it gets rained on, no water comes in. So this is the gasket that MotoBuilt sent me. And I'm just going to be putting this on here. Just making sure it's all on there nice and good. And then I'm actually going to put another layer of it on the back side of this gasket. All right, yeah, I got way too much of this gasket stuff. Don't do what I'm doing. It's everywhere. All right, so I'm gonna line this up over my holes. So now I have to reach my hand in and grab that other ring that I just put in and go ahead and run these bolts. And these are the bolts that we're gonna be using right here. So now I'm going to go ahead. He's doing that on purpose. Okay. So now I'm going to do the same thing with the fill up. I'm going to take the lid off and put it right there. And it's got a plate just like that, but this one does not have the nuts on the back because you can just reach your hand in and hold the wrench down. It's kind of aggravating, but it'll work. I think I'm gonna use a little less gasket gasket maker this go around, but we're still gonna use some because I like it and I like gaskets. Fuck, it's in my beard. It's in my beard. Okay, so it is the next night, and as you can see, I have this painted and it's all dry. It's just really cold. But I've got the gas tank kind of slid out of the way right here. But before I put this fuel cell on the fuel cell mount, what I'm gonna do, and it might be a little unnecessary, but I'm just gonna take a little piece of rubber that's gonna go right here, and I'm gonna cut it to fit. And it's just gonna act like a little barrier between the aluminum tank and this metal bottom part right here. So got it pretty much cut to fit right here. And I think that looks pretty good. So now I can take the tank and bring back. So now I need to figure out what I want to do with this rear cage. I kind of looked at a couple of designs, and let me show you. So I found these pieces of tube on sale today at Lowe's. I was like, man, that's a pretty cool piece of tube. I might could use this as like a grab handle or something like that. But for right now, I'm just going to use these as an example. But I'm thinking about coming off of the rear just like that and kind of keep it in plane with this pipe right here. So I'm thinking something like this out the rear. Maybe not that far out. And that would be straight So it is a couple of days later, we're back in the shop, and as you can see, I've been kind of busy. Check this out. So the last thing that you saw me do was I installed these lights just like I did on my LJ and dead plates right here. I don't have them wired up, but all I did was just put a piece of metal and just weld it and drilled it out and yeah, mounted the lights. So as you saw in the time lapse, I wanted to make a hoop right here, and this is kind of a radiator support. And then I wanted to support the radiator support. So what I decided to do was, instead of coming low right here, I wanted to kind of maybe come around this dash bar right there and then come all the way through. And I kind of wanted to do an Ultra 4 take on it. So I just have a tube just going straight through, and I actually tack welded the grill to that. So I'm gonna have to figure out another support, but I just wanted just not to wiggle around. But I'm pretty excited at how that turned out. I just kind of, all I did was just take a Dremel and Dremel that out so the tube will go right through it. Welded it all up. I'm trying to just get this to where I can crank it over and move it in and out of my shop. So that's kind of what I just zip tied those wires up out of the way for right now. The next thing is check out these harnesses. So I got these harnesses from PRP. So I knew that this thing was going to be hitting some pretty serious trails, so I wanted some pretty serious seat belts and safety. So what I did was I just put a bar right here and then just wrapped the straps around them. I put some mounts down here. I don't have anything tight just yet. And then on the inside, I just connected it to the factory razor points. And so I've got to reinforce that bracket. Everything is just kind of mocked up right now. I do have I believe I have everything fully welded now, except for some pieces on the front. Like I got to fully weld these, and I got to come back in and brace those up and stuff like that. But for the most part, everything is pretty much welded. So in the back right here, I'm really tickled about how this came out. Check that out. So Key came over and made some plates for me to weld on. I came back and I took these back off, and I put some of that rubber padding down on the top right there, just like I did on the bottom. And now I really think we just need to put some gas in it, and we might can test drive it.
Ain't got no gas in it.
I've been wanting to see if this fuel pump comes on, but I didn't have any fuel to put in it. I didn't want to burn up my fuel pump. So I've got 5 gallons of gas in here. Now I'm gonna set y'all up on the tripod and turn the key forward, and we're gonna hear and see if we can get anything out of this fuel pump. All right, here we go. Why's your butt in my face? All right, let me know if y'all hear something, okay? Y'all hear that? Oh yeah.
Is it on?
Yeah. Prime the system. All right, so I'm priming the system and just looking for any leaks or anything like that.
Look under the car.
Yeah, let's look underneath it. Good idea. Yeah, I'm gonna do a quick once over, and then we're gonna try to fire this thing up for the first time in go-kart form. All right, testing.
Testing.
1, 2. That was pretty sick, wasn't it?
That was scary.
It's alive. And I don't have any check engine lights because I don't have a dash. I'm gonna try to back this thing out for the first time in go-kart form. So let's see how it goes. All right, you stay right there, okay?
So you're never gonna let me?
It's good. It's really good. So that test drive didn't last very long. I started noticing a little bit of a brake leak. So what I did was I brought the go-kart back in the shop after that, and it started raining, so I didn't really film anymore after that. But check out what I did this morning. So I kind of got in the zone, and I ended up putting a support brace right there, and then I put one right here, and then I also found a piece of 1-inch tubing at Lowe's, and that was already bent, and I made those my grab handles.
It was really good though.
What you think?
Did really good on the welding.
Yeah, just a little bit of galvanized. It's okay. Yeah, just don't worry about that. I was very well ventilated, so it's fine. I feel like adding those pieces right there kind of adds some triangles to the cage, And that's kind of what I want. I really like the triangles, seeing all these buggies and stuff like that. I think we're gonna actually road test this thing for real. If I can get these brakes to stop leaking. Or I'll just drive without brakes. It's still leaking, but I think it's good enough to go test drive it.
The brakes only slow down a lot.
So we are down here at our private training facility, our private racetrack, and we're gonna see if this thing rips or not. It's kind of cold this time of year in Mexico. So we were back in the shop after the test drive, and I was joking around, and I decided to throw the old hood back on, and I don't know, because I need some type of coverage for this motor, and I'm thinking I'm just gonna cut this hood like right here and see what it looks like. What do you think?
I like it.
Check it out. I got the hood just kind of mocked up right now. So you can kind of see, like, holy crap, it looks pretty terrible, but I've got some ideas that I think I can kind of conceal this. I may take some sheet metal and just kind of bank it down, maybe kind of like a samurai hood or something like that. And then I bent this piece of metal right here. I was just kind of messing around. And I think what I'm going to do is just weld the hinges to this. The hood isn't level right now or attached. So from the front of it, it looks like this side is a lot higher than this side, but it's just the hood just being all, see, now it's like straight. All right, guys, that's probably gonna do it for this video. I really appreciate y'all watching me work on Patch Adams, my TJ go-kart rock buggy thing. If you don't mind, hit that like button and make sure that you are subscribed so you don't miss out on any further content on this crazy Jeep go-kart thing that I'm building. Probably in the next couple of videos, I'll be putting some wheels and tires on, and I'm gonna be putting some rock sliders, gonna be doing some suspension stuff. So definitely stay tuned in the future. I have a lot of cool plans for this build, and if you have any ideas for this build, put them in the comments. I'm interested to see. I'm open to cool ideas, so let me know. I appreciate it, guys, and we will see y'all next time. Stop it, I gotta look cool. Now I just look fat. Down. Are you seriously eating?
That's good.
Ugh.